Mind you, we've not got much better here in the UK, which we'll get to now with the old Sajid Javid and the other ministers that are contradicting each other while Boris is running around saying that they're apparently both right. Not sure
Yeah.
how you can come to that one there, but this government have managed to work the mental gymnastics that Diane Abbott would be proud of.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It does literally prove we are led by clowns, though, if you ask me. I can't say anything more about it. Clowns at the circus are more serious than some of the things that these idiots come out with. I mean, imagine saying two people who have contradicted each other are both right.
Yeah, and it's complete contradiction as well. It's not like they were saying things close to each other. It was the opposite ends.
Well, it's not even two, is it? It's actually three. Actually three, technically, because we had Sajid Javid saying it's not going to happen, which we talked about yesterday.
Yeah.
Then you had Nadeem Zahawi, or whatever his name is, saying that they're still on. And then you've also had Teresa Coffey come out saying they're in reserve, which was also originally said by Sajid Javid.
Well, you got Gove as well. He said that there's no plans to even think about it, and he doesn't know anyone else that does.
Yeah, there was
Typical
months and months and months
line.
and months of this, back and forth, back and forth. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. Then they shouldn't be alien to us. Then it's we do things by consent in the UK. Then it's we're going to mandate this because we want you to do what we've all told you to do. Otherwise, you can't go to the pub.
I mean, how hard is it to get your story straight? Really? I mean, do they not have meetings with each other?
I think they deliberately do it. It can only be deliberately. Otherwise, someone's just an idiot. Because of course they've all had meetings with each other.
Yeah.
They speak. These are ministers. These are not like backbench MPs like Steve Baker, who might get a meeting with the Prime Minister every now and again. These are people who can literally get a meeting with him almost all the time.
Yeah, it's like James Delingpole said something that I thought was quite fitting with this. Lying liar from government of liars says a lie.
Well, yeah, I can't actually disagree with that, in all honesty. Let's be honest here. Well, I mean...
No, I can't either.
There's quite a few bloody things that this government have done that have been caught out blatantly lying on. Blatantly. As I said yesterday, second lockdown is just one example of that.
Yeah. We have no intention of doing this has turned into... We're damn right doing that.
But there's also the fact that, once again, their flip-flopping is technically slightly positive news because it shows that people can stand their ground against this and the government can't just push it through because they know people are not going to listen to it. They're not going to do it. It's not going to be workable for businesses and things like that. And it clearly makes no sense. There's no medical or legitimate reason for them to actually do it, aside from as some sort of coercive measure, which once again goes against Parliamentary Council of Europe rulings, UNESCO, the fucking Nuremberg Code, and fuck knows what else at this point.
Yeah.
But then again, they don't even care about that, do they?
Well, Boris's whole statement when he was asked about the contradiction was even more contradicting, wasn't it?
Well, I think that's what Boris does.
Yeah, but what did he say? Both sergeants, Sajid Javid, the health secretary, and Nadeem Nazawi said the vaccine minister are both right. What we want to do is avoid vaccine passports if we possibly can, and that's the course we're on. But I think you've got to be prudent and you've got to keep things in reserve in case things change.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, even if things change, the vaccine passports are not going to work. They're not going to help.
Not if the companies. No. The companies, I think, has been a massive help. Them saying no chance for this.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, aside from all of that, just the medical side of this. Yeah, the government themselves admit that you can still catch and transmit even if you've had 2 jabs.
Yeah.
So the vaccine passport is dead in the water on that basis alone. Yeah. It's just that basis. Nothing else needs to come in. This is before you even get to people's privacy and things like that. It's literally just no.
Yes.
There's no reason for it. There's no actual benefit to go through it. And look, here it actually says you can list the different ones. December the 1st, I don't know anyone in government working on vaccine passports. That's what you said.
Yeah, that was Gove, yeah.
Then this is Claire Fox saying, can we hold you to that on January 12th when he said it wasn't going to happen? And he actually replied, yes, you can. Look what happened there. That aged well. February 8th, vaccine passports are discriminatory and we don't when we do things by consent, which is exactly what I said when we was talking a moment ago. Then February 22nd and 23rd, Johnson's all of a sudden open to COVID status certification. Tried to call it a different name, but we all know what it is.
Yeah, we know that tactic.
March 25th, vaccine passports shouldn't be an alien concept to us. Yes, they should, but like I said earlier, that's exactly what these said. Then April 4th, when they were opening up, no papers for pints because they knew the pubs wouldn't implement it. That is the only reason. I think they might well have stuck it in there if it wasn't for the pubs turning round and saying no. And a lot of big, well-known pubs and chains actually turned around and said, no, we're not implementing this, it's not on. Then July 16th, domestic vaccine passports attempt an entry via the back door. This is them updating the app, wasn't it? At the time, where they updated the app to say that you could show your status if you've had the double jab or not. But then businesses didn't really put it through.
Pointless. I mean, it didn't stop anything, does it?
Then he fully took the piss out of us on Freedom Day, didn't he? July 19th, the so-called Freedom Day. He announced the vaccine passports for nightclubs. No tests, you've got to go and do this, otherwise you can't go in there. Which, let's be honest, people actually listen to. I've heard of people who went out and done it just because of that.
Yeah.
Which now they're actually saying they don't know if they're going to do it. So I haven't spoke to those people about it, but maybe they're going to be slightly pissed off now. Who knows?
Well, the lads I know that have had that went and did that so they could go out, they're all extremely annoyed. They're not rushing for the second one anyway, that's for sure.
No, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Where is it? Where are we up to? 27th. Some form of certification is the right way to go. So despite denying it as it said, they were planning it all along. Gove has been doing it for ages. This is something we already knew. Yeah. Then, earlier this month, they doubled down on their introduction, but claims it pains him to do so. Sorry, but I've just got to call bollocks on that one.
Yep.
And the 12th, which is what we got to yesterday, he ruled it out, and then now it's like, oh, we might bring it in as a potential tool, so expect it in the winter, I would expect here.
Yeah, it's obvious. It's just more and more and more and more lies on top of lies, isn't it?
I wouldn't even say it's lies. It's just them testing the waters in some cases. Other times it's lying. Other times it's just bullshit from the media. Other times it's bullshit from ministers. Sometimes they're just idiots, I think. I think it's a combination
I personally,
of all.
And I'm sure you do, find the idea of papers, please, abhorrent.
Yeah, it's beyond abhorrent. It's beyond abhorrent. Yeah. There's serious concerns about it on all kinds of levels for me, and it's just silly. It literally is, which is actually something that Dellenpole's talking about here, though he's quoting Majid Nawaz, if I think it's correct. Right, yes, it is. Yeah, Majid Nawaz he's quoting here. Like an abusive partner brings home flowers, then sucker punches you in the gut to exhaust you. Vaccine passports could still be brought in this winter, a minister has said, just hours after the health secretary announced a U-turn on their introduction. So this is exactly right, in my opinion. Yeah. It is like an abusive partner. They give you a little sweetener, which is the carrot. Then all of a sudden, the stick comes back out.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. They're just writing down what they want you to believe and beating you with the stick until you do.
Over the years, there's not been much I've agreed with in terms of Majid, but a few things he said over the past year or two, he has been 100% spot on, I have to say. This is another one of those cases.
Where